Hello my friends, welcome again to my channel. This day I would like to fly from Stavanger, which is situated in the southwest of the Norway, and my destination is Vagar airport, which is quite a tricky airport. I'm just trying to servicing the airplane, and by the way, I would like to perform some kind of approach which is completely unusual, and to show you how it works with this unusual weather situation. Bu- um, but as I saw the meters and the TAFs, we are not good to go, and I will tell you why, and I will show you the pictures because here it's clearly stated that in Vagar we have a wind condition 2307 knots. That should be quite okay without any problems. But visibility is 550 meters. RVR for runway 12 it's 1000 upgrading, and RVR for runway 30 is 900 upgrading. So I hope so far that as we reach our destination everything will works okay and perfectly. But anyway, that's fog with vertical visibility 330 meters only. QNH 1009er, and there is a wind speed 27010 gusting 21, so it will be quite a challenge over the approach. But visibility should go up, and overcast clouds as well. That should be light drizzle with mist because the fog is disappearing. But anyway, in this situation, the dispatcher, if he is planning to fly this, is planning to make a flight to this destination, should be aware of the fact that we have at least two destination alternate required due to EASA ops, but we don't have. I don't have it in sim brief, so I put it simple on the way back, and the closest airport is Bergen, so I think that we will be on the safe side. But anyway, what is very important here now, check the landing weights, check the maximum takeoff weight as well with the zero fuel weight. As I can see from operational flight plan, so far is okay. We can take plenty of fuel. In this case, minimum block fuel for us is 6,900 kilograms, and I will put 8,900. I will put 9,000 kilograms on fuel on board. That should be quite okay, I think so. So let's jump to the cockpit, and okay, stairs arrival hold. Stairs not installed, so we may release those guys. Airplane is okay. We may ask for a fuel truck. As we said before, 9,000 kilograms is okay. So anyway, we can make a preliminary procedure. That means that battery is okay, standby power, alternate, hydraulic panel, wipers are parked, gears down 3 green, quickly do the fire test, loops are okay. That's okay, so we may start the APU. Freedom bus. And yeah, it's quite not good weather. I will show you why it's a problem for us. As you can see, Vagar airport, it's on Faroe Islands. It belongs to Denmark, I think so. And we have ILS runway 30. For ILS runway 30, RVR it's 1700 and we have only 900 meters, so that's a problem. If you look at another chart, which is basically ILS Yankee for Vagar airport, straight in with misapproach climb gradient of 5%, we can achieve it with 800. Sorry. Yes, 800 meters, so it's quite okay. So in this case, we need to check with the QRH table if it is benefit to take more fuel and have the less climb gradient, or if we take more fuel and wait if the weather improved. And that's the tricky situation. So in this case, I will go to 8000 and make a compromise below these two, because I'm pretty sure that we can make this climb gradient, but it will be a very tricky approach. Okay, this we have. Okay. Fire test is performing as well. Fine, and we can check the PSIU, check the lights. IRS is on. That's quite okay. Service interphone off, crew oxygen we have. Max stall warning system, everything is quite okay. This one is after 4 minutes passing. Anyway, we should wait a little bit. And circuit breakers, emergency equipment, airplane documentation on board. That's quite okay. That's perfect. I'm happy with it. Okay. So we are prepared, and we may start the refueling. So we can start the refueling. And as you can see, we have the stairs and everything is okay. And today we have 98 passengers on board with 1300 kg of checked baggage. Packs and 1300 on board. That's okay, and we can start the pre-flight procedure. So yaw damper is on. That's okay. Cabin galley power is on. Emergency exit light on. Window heat on. It's okay. We can put the APU bleed to on. We can leave it like this to warm up the cabin. That's pretty fine. Our cruising level for today will be 380. 37. Vagar is approximately 200 meters. That's okay. We can put logo lights because it's night is coming. This is okay. Reset fuel flow. All we have, just put the parking brake. Okay, I need to press it a little bit more than in real life. Okay, let's say that's fine. Okay, 1 to 2 decimate. 8 we have. This is okay. Standby 2000. All setting is over there. And November Zulu Victor. That's pretty fine. And we are on the stand number. I think it is 14. Stand number 14. Can put it here. Activate, execute. We are Scandinavian. Scandinavian 101. And our departure runway will be, we need to check it right now. So what's the METAR condition? METAR condition in SOLA is currently 2906 knots, and if we put here taxi airport, runway 28 will be perfect for us. So we can make it a runway 28. So Alva, that's fine. Runway 28, Alva 1 Foxtrot. It's quite perfect. 370, as I said before. It was 7000. Its transition altitude. No, I put there 380. 380, it makes sense because we are going to west. Anyway, cruising wind will be 290 40. ISO deviation is +5. -51. We have reserve 3.5 and cost index 5. 3.5, cost index 5, and the rest we will fill later. Light check. Everything is okay. Position confirmed, verified, that's fine. We have standard instrument dial Alva, and we said it was from runway 28, and basically that's airnav departure. So 284, initial climb clearance is 6000 feet. That's below what we have set here. Airnav GNS required. That's basically nothing related to VATSIM operation, but to real operational. There are some requirements, but anyway, it's more or less okay. And for landing, it should be quite okay. VOR runway 28, so 284. So that means that we have no offset landing, and we should have the this is okay. We should have VOR frequency 116.85. 116.85. 6.85. That's perfect. And in case of backup, ILS runway 36 should be fine. So 111.35. So 111.35. And that's it. We are basically set. Everything is set up, so that's quite perfect. And refueling is I think it's completed. Yes, it's completed, so we may release the fuel truck and let the cabin crew know that the refueling is completed. So this is perfect. We have it. So we may start boarding. Stairs are still arrival hold. Okay. And always start with the front compartment, but anyway, to speed up the things, I will leave it like now. We have better weather, so that's quite perfect. We can use dry runway conditions. Broken 2600, overcast 3000, 3000 and 3400, QNH with 1023, recent rain 1023. Engine out 800 and turning left to the sea if in case of something happen. That's perfect. Okay, flight directors we have. Okay, now we have as well the IRSs. That's quite perfect. I don't know what happens with the stairs. Maybe because it's jetway. I need to put the jetway here. No, it should be the reason. Okay, we can start the baggage loading. And how we are going to push back? To be approximately like this one, and nose to the left, so tilt to the right. Okay, that's perfect. We have this done, and what we can do the next as a real operation, we can ask for catering services, and one we are all the passengers on board. The catering should be on board as well, and we are good to go. Okay, and we will check the last med report conditions prior to top of descent and try to decide which approach we are going to use. And we can calculate it missed approach climb gradient, and according to missed approach climb gradient we can decide it which approach we are going to use, ILS Zulu or Yankee, or it was Yankee X-ray, I don't know right now exactly. Okay, that's what we have. Loader is still departing. It's nobody out there. Don't tell me lies. Okay, stop him a little bit so we don't have the 1300, but we have only 1100, so we can make it, we can leave it like now. So we have less baggage on board, that means better climb gradient. That's okay. So open the crossfeed and make it from the right tank in order to avoid the imbalance. Okay, how it is with the packs? Okay, we have all passengers on board. We can release the catering, release everybody, make a load sheet. It's quite fine. We can do the 22k derate without any further problems. And the speeds will be 2906, 2906/6, acceleration 3000, climb reduction, that's okay, 133, 133, and I will check it with the chart. We have SID, Alva. That's not our Alva. Alva is this one. No. This is our Alva departure. 5% up to flight level 60. That's okay. Solar tower, surveillance radar. Omnidirectional departures for convention arrival, airport briefing, noise abatement, disregard, to run up test, low visibility, arrival, okay, departure, low visibility, that's okay, that's quite okay, noise abatement procedures. But this is noise abatement for arrival. Okay, basically there are no special noise abatement procedures right here. So it's quite good for us. Okay, we are here, and do not forget to go all the way like this one. Okay, we can release the stairs. Stairs are disconnected, so we can put this on. 2, 3, crossfeed closed. It's closed. That's perfect. Can make it like now. Jump seat must be. Put the anti-collision lights on, and we can ask for pushback. So nose to the left. It's approximately 30 feet. It's nothing. Showing once again. Tow truck, and we can start. Okay, and now what is the difference in PMDG? When I press the brake pedals, this should disappear by itself, but it shouldn't. So it's a bug. They try to make something realistic, but it's completely unreal. Because once you press on the brakes, this will automatically release a parking brake. So yeah, well, okay, start engine number 1, sorry 2, and we'll see if he is going to turn or no. If no, we need to stop him. Okay, we are approaching the center line and nothing happens. So, in this case, I will stop him. Set the parking brake. Release the track. Okay, put it here. Like this one, that's perfect. Okay, we will make it with the left turn and taxi. Oh yeah, that one and back. Okay, we have starter cut out before taxi procedure. Isolation valve is working. That's perfect. Okay, so system A hydraulic pump switch is on. Check it here. It's okay. So we can put flaps 1 and flight controls. Ailerons checked, elevator checked, rudder checked, APU switch off, blank the rollover display unit, and just wait for the flaps and we can make a recall if there is any malfunction. Recall is checked, that's perfect, and yeah, we are good to go. And once again, this is unrealistic. Okay, crossing active runway. Should be okay. So before start procedure and before start checklist, before takeoff checklist, sorry, flaps 1 green light and we have stabilizer 5.5 units is set. So everything should be okay. And don't mess the procedure like here, as we are crossing runway 36 and going for runway 28. That's a quite tricky situation here in Stavanger. So Echo 1. Okay, cut to holding point Echo 1, crossing runway. Again, left side clear, right side clear. Everything is okay. You are good to go. Okay, we will be entering the active runway. So transponder mode on TARA, lights coming on, strobe and steady we have, so everything is well prepared. Again, right side clear, left side clear, and I need to learn that when I press my mouse button, I don't have the steering. Okay, anyway, start the flight time. Runway 28 identified, stabilized, takeoff, N1 toga. Okay, we have 80 knots checked. V1 rotate. Positive rate gear up. Again L now. Autopilot engaged command. Just for your nice view. Otherwise I will keep it on my hand because I love hand flying. Okay, we have N1 climb thrust. Perfect. As we pass flight level 100, I will release the cabin and I will explain what I would like to show you today, but it's somehow it's not possible. But we can see when we are closer. As we are closer to the runway, sorry, to the Vagar airport, so I will show you something. But anyway, 1000 to level off. I forget to accelerate the airplane, so we can make it, for example, like real life. It's starting to be bumpy at the clouds. That's perfect. I like it. Can go up to 130, I think so. there were some restrictions. 140. Okay, that's perfect. So flaps up and keep it 130 until you have flaps up, no light. We are on clouds, +6 degrees, engine anti-on. That's perfect, flaps up, no light. You can accelerate until 240, which is this first restriction. Put it like now. I will keep it in 5000, sorry for that. In 6000, sorry, my mistake. Okay, don't have a fun. Do some job, so we can go, for example, fly level 220. And we now back again, so we can start climbing. Okay, we have master caution, but I don't know what was it related to. Because we have basically nothing in center tank, and it should be scavenge pump. In the level flight, it works like a suction feed. So that's why we need to, in order to avoid the flame of the fuel pumps, center tanks, because they are high pressure. If you leave it off, for example, and you have 500 kilograms, 50 kilograms or 40 kilograms, there is a scavenge jet pump and it works for you. So anti-ice off. We may continue. We are approaching flight level 100, so lights off. That's fine. And what's the cabin temperature? Cabin temperature is quite okay, but I will a little bit cool down because it's too hot for me. That's pretty fine. Okay. We are accelerating to en route climb speed, and once we are accelerated, we release the cabin crew. Anyway, direct to Aliva. Okay, so cabin crew is released. That's perfect. Any further problems, and we can go and climb to flight level 380. Okay, so level 380. Level 380, and so there was a procedure I would like to show you, but we may do this procedure next time, but not this time because the weather is not so good. Anyway, it was ILS Zoo and Victor. Okay, it's my bad. I'm sorry about it. Here we have 900 meters, minimum temperature plus 3 degrees of centigrade. Okay, so anyway, ILS Victor, and we are coming from a Robur point, from this point, the Robur, directly. It's a pity because it's really simple approach and procedure, but anyway, Vagar is 250, that's okay. my memory was quite okay regarding this situation, and minimum climb gradient is 5. So okay. What I would like to show you is this unspecified approach procedure. This is very uncommon procedure, and it's related only at the daylight conditions. So it should be in case of our arrival, and this should be one of these procedures. Okay. No. Sorry. This should be this procedure, and what I would like to show you is how to create by yourself all of these turning points. Imagine, for example, that we are coming from Robur and we are going to fly low for 30, eh? Why am I coming? So from Robur here, that's it, and if we scroll down a little bit, you will see how the procedure looks like. It's going to holding pattern, and from this holding pattern, when you scroll down, it's going here, and from this it's directly going here. But we would like to avoid this situation, so it's not so hard to program it by yourself. Yeah, it's a pity that we have so bad conditions. Otherwise, we need 8 kilometers of visibility and 1,000 feet. So, if you would like to do it in a proper way, for example, so this is the last point, which is the missed approach point. Okay, and you may start the procedure, but as you can see, you will see the Vagar, and the Vagar has the QDM to Vagar is 258, so QDR is 238. So you can make your own procedure. For example, you put there in departure arrival, and you put there just runway 30. That's it. Nothing special. 1 mile extension. I think it's quite a lot with 3-degree angle of path. And what we can do the next, from Robur, we can go to Migenes. Sorry, I always forget about this number. And from this point, we can make Genes 145, and it should be working anyway, because in real life it works. 238 point, and this is the crossing point, but it's invalid entry. Okay, like this one. Okay, so Vagar is 348. So we have this point, and if we put this point via this one, so we have a very nice procedure, especially if we put 1,000 feet right over here, because this is our missed approach point. Okay, and then we have shallow descent via this valley, and there are 2 rivers they are split into one lake, and there is the waterfall coming to the sea. So this was the procedure I would like to show you. So you're flying to ME, but anyway, on ME, yes, there's basically nothing there, but we can make a holding pattern over there, because you see what is showing to us. So we can easily revert this situation, and make it like a hold, and we have 145 with the right turns. And now, if you can see, once again, if you can see, we have nice holding pattern, and from this holding pattern we are going to our waypoint, which is this one, and we cannot and we have nice let's say we have to fly visually, but we have nice guidance, lateral guidance to our airport. And if you would like to be precise, you can make, for example, Vagar NDB, you can see, and radial 238, just not to overshoot it. And if you can see how close it is, okay, but that was all that I would like to show you, how to create this procedure by your own, not just to put it into the FMS and make it, well, okay, I have it in FMS and everything is okay, and resist visually. Always put to the FMC as much as possible. So this is the way how can you fly the visual procedure for the Faroe Islands. It's called cloud break procedure. Okay, so but come back to real life, and let's delete all these procedures we put in, and let's go for the approach procedure we are currently going to use. We are slightly approaching flight level 380, so in this case we have approximately information about the gross weight over the landing. So we are going to burn approximately 1.6, so 53 tons we have of the gross weight. Okay, and there is a wind condition, so definitely flaps 30. Okay, so, and if you look at the QRH and what the QRH says, I will open it, and also I will give it into the top of right corner for you. And where's the QRH? I cannot find it. Okay, I found it. And then we have performance in-flight section, and here it should be a go around max 1, no, it's not. You have turbulent landing distance, drift down, holding, general advisory, gear down. No, okay, it's sometimes because as I flew on Boeing for several years, the Boeing split some procedures between FCOM1 and QRH, so sometimes you can find it in the FCOM volume 1 and sometimes you can find it in QRH and performance in flight section. But that's it. So I will check it here in FCOM 1. Okay, I will put it nice view over here. I somehow cannot find it here in FCOM. So I need to check it in my older documentation, because this one doesn't contain any kind of things, but I have original documentation for 737-700, so that's quite perfect. NG, and we have QRH here. So open the performance in flight section, check it here. Oh, I have many of documentation for classics and NG's 700 and 800 as well. Okay, so I found it, guys. It was my 737-700 FCOM from my previous company, and it was in FCOM Volume 1. So I didn't find it in PMDG documentations. So we need to check it for the first. So it is with the landing performance, and here is going around climb gradient. Be aware of the fact that on Boeing 737 you are always, but always limited by a go around climb gradient, but not landing weight limited. You are climb limited, not landing weight limited. That means it's based on gear down and flaps 15. That means that outside and temperature, I will check it with the what's actual weather. And actual weather is even worse. It's even worse. It's not good for us. It's 750, so it's below. Anyway, we have temperature of 12 degrees of centigrade, and our reference climb gradient is 6.4, and I will write it somewhere over here on my paper. It's 6.4. Adjustment for the weight is it's basically 0 because we are okay, so it's a minus, no, it's not 0. When we interpolate it, it's approximately -1, so it's 5.4 now. And adjustment for the speed, if we have 40 plus 5 knots is 0. So engine anti-ice increase by decrease by 0.1, and basically that's it. Yeah, we can easily make a go around climb gradient. As we can see on the chart, it's depicted that 5 degrees we can very easily achieve. So that's basically no problem for us. Yeah, but that's a problem, because anyway, the first point is here we have 5% on this ILS, and we have RVR 1700. This is completely unusable for us for our arrival. Minimum obstacle clearance. So it's definitely not for us. Glide slope fluctuation. Category CD, localizer climbing to Mikome holding. That's okay, that's fine. And go to the next chart. And on the next chart there is depicted that is valid for category C airplanes as well, but it's authorization required. So in this case, guys, we are not good to go if we are not authorization required, if we don't have the radius to fix points. But mainly it is because if you are coming from here and then go for another approach, or you are coming from this point, as we are flying from Robur, it's yes, it's authorization required, and we have DMA required 4 max 250 flight level 100. Procedure is restricted to airplane with wingspan less than 40 meters. So that's okay. Steep glide angle 3.5, and we may use these minimums and this RVR. And remember, it's authorization required, as well as this one is authorization required, and this is for lower climb gradient, but as well is 900 feet, and minimums are higher. If you can look at these charts, minimums are higher. At this chart, even higher. Okay, so once again, this one, it's higher, so the best solution for us will be definitely this, because we meet the climb gradient. So what we can do now, we can revert it. So Vagar, and we have what is this procedure? Come on, with ILS Victor 30 via Robur point. That's it. And in order to make these points, get rid of them, so Vagar 997 is mandatory, and it's mandatory all the way to Vagar 904. That's okay. And on Robur we should have 4000 feet. Anyway, 475 will be our MDA. Okay, 475. So that's set. Then final approach course 305. As we are using flap 30 because there are strong turbulent, we can go for auto brake of 3. And what is next important is 110.3. 110.3. It's pretty important. 110.3. It's crucial for us, and I will write on the paper, or let's say I can make a print screen for you. As you can see the weather conditions. Yeah, I can make a print screen. Okay, so this we have, and I will make another print screen, and this print screen will be from QRH. As you can see, how we compute let's say I can do it with a different way. That's fine, that's pretty okay. Sorry, now I'm playing with with my program, in order just let you know how it looks like. And yeah, it's basically here. So I can put it here, somewhere over here. You know, just see how it is. It's okay. We have weight adjustment around here, so we are basically okay, good to go. So our climb gradient will be 5%. Okay, I will save this. Okay guys, so once again, the weather in Vagar is 240/7, and we have RVR for runway 30 at 750 with no change. We have fog and vertical visibility just 30 feet. Temperature is 12 and QNH is 1009, and we have some wind in over the hills blowing from 280 13 knots, but this makes us a little bit of turbulence during our final. So as you can see, we have bench of the clouds here, and once again we have final approach course 305. We need the floodlights in order to see something. We have 110.3 set on both sides. We can check it here. It's quite okay. We have minimums properly set for our category C 475. QNH is 1009, so and we can put it as well on the descent page. I will a little bit hurry up it with the 280. That's okay, but in forecast page 100. Like this one, we request the descent wind, and if you think that that's basically okay, it's not okay. We need to properly let's say brief ourselves what to do in case of go around. This will be crucial, okay, for us. So in this case, everything is okay, everything is prepared. What we can do is put it just on situational awareness, 10-mile ring, and that's it. And now we have 80 miles to top of descent. So I know it's boring, but I'm presented real ops right now, so I'm not just telling you that, hey, I'm presenting real ops and to make perfect views and everything okay, but basically not flying the airplane. It's not the purpose. Okay, so anyway, once again, it's ILS Victor. And what will be our misapproach procedure? Climb to 4000 feet via RMP missed approach. So these waypoints we should follow to Magni holding, max 230, transition to missed approach RMP for lateral guidance must not be initiated prior to a long track position of decision altitude. So at decision altitude exactly we must conduct the not before, do not before, okay? So basically that's it, and we are climbing to 4000 feet. And transition altitude in our case is 7500, and the QNH was below a little bit, so I will put there 90, and yeah, basically that's it. So it's quite okay. So once again, following the flag, toga, flaps 15, gear up, L now, and following the flight directors retracts flaps on scheduled to 4000 feet and go to Magni point and hold over the Magni point. Once we need to check the Magni, hold over the Magni point. Okay, it's here, and you can see the Magni 122 right turn. It's okay, that's perfect. So we are brief, and we can take a coffee, and I will need something to drink because the weather is very bad, and it's getting worse as was in forecast. In forecast it was upgrading RVR, and the weather should be 2500 meters, but as you can see right now, the last meteorological conditions was pretty bad. It's 7500. If we are lucky we see the runway, but I don't think that we see the runway. I don't think. So guys, I'm back. What do you think? How it looks like? Are we performing go around or we see the runway? That's the question. Okay, we will see. To be honest, in real life, when we are performing this kind of approaches, not this kind of authorization, but anyway, if we are performing approaches which are very close to the minimas, it's really it's a human factor. It's somewhere in top of your head that suddenly you're coming out of the cloud and see the runway, and you have let's say your self-protection that you must flare the airplane immediately, but this leads into the conditions that you lose the speed and drop down, and some captains or some first officers have another problem, that they didn't flare anything anyhow. So yeah, we will see how it looks like and how will it happened. So okay, can go a little bit down. Approximately flight level 200. Okay. So that was the tricky question I was asking you before we conducted our flight. Do we take more fuel and wait for weather improvement? Because in the forecast there was clearly stated that the weather will be improved. So the mist and fog and everything, the clouds, should a little bit disappeared. Or do we take less fuel and have the better climb gradient and the better chance that we see the runway because we have lower minimums? But as you can see now, with these conditions, as I give you right now, it's impossible to land there from my point of view. That's quite perfect. That and Vagar airport, if you can see on the chart, they have high intensity approach light systems with puppy on both sides. That's perfect. So for us, so we can better identify the runway and continue with visually. But anyway, to fly on the minimums exactly, it's always up to your skills how you are able to fly the airplane. So we have talked as much as possible into the theory, but when we come to, let's say, in real life, then you can see that the theory is theory and the practice is the practice. So we will see. I will need to check the weather once again. Vertical visibility 300. No, it's no way. And what I forget to check is the in sim brief if there is anything stated about we have freezing conditions from severe icing. We have severe icing from flight level 200 up to definitely up till the ground. So we can adjust it right now. So from 200, let's say to 40. Or 400. Okay, and now we have precise computations of our flight path. As you can see, there is another point which I would like to tell you. But that's okay. It's we are still learning, and to be honest, I'm not the only one who are still learning. You can find many captains and they think that they are the best of the world because they have 20,000 hours in real life in flying, but the Boeing 737 and especially commercial civil aviation, let's say airliners, are too complex, and you have to take into consideration too many things which are among the situation that it's nearly impossible to tell that, hey, I know everything. I have the Boeing book from Bill Balfour, one of the test pilot of Boeing, and when I was flying, I was always wearing this book with me. If I can see that something is wrong, so we can perform the last check, and if I see that something is wrong, I am going directly to the book and refresh my knowledge about the system, light and everything. And nowadays you have a lot of information, for example from Chris Bradley from Boeing 737 Co-UK page. He's a great pilot and a great person, and he knows nearly all about the Boeing. And so if you are a little bit serious, try to more focus on these people, like on people who have 1 million watches on YouTube, and because they have nice video, they have nice screenshots and everything, and looking views like this one, and so on and so on. So it really depends what you are expected from Flight Simulator. If you are doing just for fun, okay, do whatever we want. Okay, if you crash, nothing happens. But if you crash in real life, it's really a problem. So we will see how the precise and the significant chart is, because from flight level 200 we should have severe ice. How we detect the ice on Boeing 737? We should have the ice detector, but it is not the option because it's quite expensive, and it has basically no effect, because if you look at the wing like now, you can see the gray leading edge. If you can see the white, that means that there is something on that, and you have to de-ice the wing. That's the one point. And another point is that you can see it on the Viper, that this ice is accumulated. And as you are coming to the clouds, always where the total air temperature is -15, this is the first criteria, but do not rely on that. When static air temperature is it's, let's say, -40, or whatever is, and moist temperature, and there is presented fog like this now. So keep the engine anti-ice on. Once again, how to use the engine anti-ice. If you have outside and temperature on the ground 10 degrees or less, and there is visible moisture like fog within 1 statute mile, or water presented on the ground, then you have to use engine anti-ice. Within the flight, when total air temperature is minus 10 degrees or less, during the climb and cruise you are using engine anti-ice as well, but up to minus 40. When it's minus 50 you don't need to use, but you have to use it all the time when you are in the clouds during the descent. So that's basically the summary of using engine anti-ice. As first, put the start switches to continuous in order to reduce the flame out occur, and then put this one. Okay, we'll check the wings. I don't know how it works here in PMDG, so I will put the wing anti-ice as well on, and avoid using wing anti-ice above flight level 350 because it leads to pack trip off. So that's another point. But how to use the wing and engine anti-ice, I can make a separate video. But now we have to focus we have to make a full focus on our landing. And remember, this 10-mile ring I will always put, and most of the pilots are doing this as well, and that means that to be within 10 nautical miles, at least with clean configuration, so with flaps up speed. Some pilots make a 10-mile ring to be at least flaps 5, and with the flaps 5 speed. So it depends on you and how you are able to manage your descent. This is quite perfect. Okay, we are approaching level 200, so this one can go down in order to avoid the VNAV altitude. Flight level 100. We do not need to take care of the minimum off-road altitude. We are not on VATSIM or with ATC controller, but anyway we are above the sea, so 10,000 feet is okay. Sorry, flight level 100 is okay for us. We can check the pressurization. Everything is okay. Everything is normal. It's a big deal and big risk to land with these conditions. But if I would like to manually set up the weather in a flight simulator, it's really hard to do that, I think so, because there is no, I can't find the visibility there. Okay, and now it starts raining, so perfect. Okay, I will switch off the wing anti-ice for time being, and what I would like to do, because we are entering the clouds, I will put wing lights on in order just to have the view of the wing. If you can, let's say, from this point of view, you should the leading edge should illuminate it, but it's not illuminated. I don't know why. If it is PMDG but on Zibo it works perfectly. Okay, I will a little bit reduce the floodlight. And always pilot flying, adjust the seat. In this case, in this situation, adjust the seat a little bit low down in order to see the instruments and correctly imagine that the captain is pilot monitoring. So in this case he would put approach mode and he will call any deviation, okay, and he will sit low enough to see on the FMA, on auto brake, on flaps, on everything. If the first officer is pilot monitoring, so he will do the same. If the pilot flying is captain, he adjusts a seat a little bit up in order to see the lights in front of. Okay? So we are slowly approaching to 10 degrees. When we are up to 10 degrees, we need to put the engine anti-ice off. It's some kind of basic rule. We can go down, I guess, to 4,000 feet. 4,000 feet is rubber point, and it's mandatory over the Vagar 907, and final approach point is 908. So 4,000 feet, we can revert it to actual QNH and put it 4,000 feet. So approach checklist is complete. Once again, press recall. Remember one thing, fly with weather radar inoperative intentionally into the areas when there is let's say cumulonimbus or rain shower activities, or at night. It's basically no-go items with airplane which carry more than 30 passengers, and MTOM it's more than 5,700 kilograms. So this is as a ops procedure, so you need to have the weather radar operative. But anyway, I am fully aware of the fact that it's a flight simulator, and the PMDG needs some APK or something like this from Asobo in order to build the weather radar. The Phoenix doesn't have the weather radar as well, so yeah, that's a pity. Okay, flight level 100. No, I don't want this. How can I put it back? Like this one. Perfect. So we are 10,000 feet. Once again, 305, 305, 110.3, 110.3, and in real life we check it like this one, okay, with the Morse code. And if we hear the Morse code properly identified, that's okay, basically. And triple check it with 110.3, 110.3, 385. It's okay. Okay, now we have 11 degrees of centigrade. We can put the anti-ice off completely. And remember the first point or last point? The first point, in order to catch the localizer, not the glide slope, localizer is approximately 24 nautical miles from localizer antenna. So it's sometimes not correctly set up. So anyway, I will put localizer. I'll leave it on heading. I'll leave it on LNAV. A localizer should be always flown with the heading select, but we are AirNav arrival, so I need to have it into LNAV. Heading select is the main purpose is when you are doing parallel independent approaches. So we have localizer. We can arm the approach mode, and I think it's start. We have to start the decelerate. We have deceleration point. If we don't start this decelerator right now, I need to do it manually. So missed approach heading 305, and once again check it with a plate. Okay, it's quite perfect. As we have 220, I will put flaps 1. In IMC conditions, you have to be stabilized and read the checklist within 1000 feet above the aerodrome elevation. So it's not a shame, and do not hesitate to be stable as soon as possible, because as you can see nothing, basically nothing, and that's a big problem. Yes, you may do the idle descent. You are flying to Greece Island, the weather is fine, no clouds, basically nothing, so it's okay. I don't have nothing against. And below RVSM airspace, disengage autopilot and fly manually. I don't care about it. But especially with these conditions, wind conditions and RVR, we have to be stabilized as soon as possible. So as you can see, we have 1000 to level off. I will stop the speed brakes and arm it and go for flaps 10 in order to have more margin to stall speed. And the Boeing says when the glide slope is alive, put the gear down, flaps 15. Okay, so this is the basic procedure, how to do it in IMC conditions. But we are a little bit far. We are approximately 4 miles before the final approach point, so that means basically it's okay. Okay, as remember, 4000 was our minimum, and we need to catch the glide. So and watch the temperature, what happens. 11. We are close to use the engine anti-ice, but on the ground should be 12, so it should be okay. Okay, gear down, flaps 15. And there is no glide slope indication. Okay, now it's moving. I was a little bit worried about that that I need to perform go around from this stage, because I don't like it. And once we are on glide slope captured, we can put flaps 25, and we can go for flap 30, and flap 30 it's 133, 127, 135, 132, 132. Okay, so in this stage what happens? Okay, METAR projeting set, altitude is set, engine start switch is continuous, gear down 3 greens, flaps 30 green light, and speed brakes armed. So we are good to go, and I am not Boho Ganesha, sorry my Indic friends, but I have only 2 hands, so I need to keep one hand on the toggle button and one on the autopilot disengaged, and I don't have the binding for auto thrust disengage. Anyway, I am not comfortable with this speed. I will speed a little bit more. Temperature still 11. Thrust on go around, that's fine. Okay, and fully concentrate on approach. Sterile cockpit below flight level 100. Okay, it's perfect. I can see the lights.
Terrain, pull up. 1,000.
1000 checked.
Terrain, pull up.
We can disregard it
Terrain, pull up.
because there is a rig.
Pull up. Terrain, pull up. Terrain, pull up. Terrain, pull up.
Okay, we have positive runway inside.
Terrain, pull up.
Okay, autopilot disengaged. Deselect speed, and I will take it manually. Okay, we are a little bit on the left side. We have crosswind from the right.
Approaching minimums.
Landing.
200.
It's a little bit bumpy.
50, 40.
Okay, guys, it was perfect. Weather is much more better than I expected. Stop this, close the thrust reverse, manual braking. We can switch off the, turn the APU on. Can do the after landing procedure. It's fine, that's perfect. I am happy with it because it was not so worse as I expected. Okay, hold the time. That's perfect. Whew, okay, welcome to Vagar. How it looks like with the APU. It's more or less okay. We can go to the another stand. Especially when the runway surface on apron surface is wet, be caution because nose wheel steering is quite slippery. It's quite a big problem. What I can tell, guys, the weather actual med report was worse than I expected. I don't know if it's a problem of Sobo or I don't know where is the problem, but maybe it in life it sometimes happens that you have specie in METAR and the situation is not so bad, and sometimes it could happen that it seems to be everything okay, but in reality you are not able to land because you don't see the runway. So so that's the life, that's how it's going. So anyway, so that's the real life, and I hope you enjoyed this flight. And sorry that I was stuck a little bit with the flight level, but I would like to find on QRH the correct procedure for you, and once I do this video, I will show it into you how it looks like with the QRH. So okay, now if I press the brakes, it should automatically, this one pops up, but it works. I press the brake and then I have to release it. It makes absolutely no sense. Absolutely no sense. Anyway, requesters, we need to have the bus for deploy 0 and 0 and 0. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this destination, and as you can see, you can easily fly the MyComing procedure via cloud brake procedure with the LNAV guidance. If you watch my previous videos, I am describing this procedure in Tivat Airport, especially. So don't miss it. It's with B737 because the PMDG doesn't contain a temporary database, but Zibo has. So if you would like to learn something new, I will highly appreciate any comments. I will appreciate from you. So thank you very much, guys, that you watched my stream, and I hope you'll see you in the next stream soon. So have a nice day, have a nice evening, and bye bye.